guys, we're back. Summer episode. John, I'm so happy to see you.
It's about time, Thibaut.
Season 1, episode 5, special episode featuring Prelude versus Solar.
All right, well, it wasn't an easy choice, but I chose Prelude because one of my favorite boogie tracks of all time is on Prelude, and that is Starshine. All I Need Is You. It's written by Michael Bailey, who goes by M Tracks. Don't really know anything about him. I think more importantly, it was remixed by Francois K. This is a track that I discovered in a magical place a long time ago in Culver City in the west side of Los Angeles at Funkmosphere.
And this is 1980.
This is 1983.
Ooh, great year.
Dame Funk, who started Funkmosphere along with Billy Goods and LaRaj and Ron and AC and Matt. He was the first guy in LA to start playing these kind of little, slightly rarer boogie tracks,
right.
And he was also the first guy to actually talk about them on the microphone. And he played this a lot in the early days.
And he would talk about that.
And yeah, he would say, "This is Starshine. All I Need Is You" on the Prelude label, mixed by Francois K, 1983. And it was just, no one was doing anything like that at the time. It was so refreshing, and it kind of started a fire that is still burning.
It was Boogie Wax before Boogie Wax.
The fire is still burning today.
All I Need Is You by Starshine.
I think this is probably the best track on Prelude ever.
Such a good song, man. Prelude, All I Need Is You, Starshine. Is it available on 7?
I don't know.
Prelude didn't do a ton of 7.
Yeah, I've never seen the 7, so I'm thinking not. But it's a little tougher to find. It won't break the bank. Every home needs one of these. I'll carry on with another banger. D-Train. All boogie heads out there will know that D-Train was not a person, it was a group. It was two guys. This is James D-Train Williams, and the other guy that you see on the back cover is Hubert Eaves the third.
Yeah.
They always put James on front because he was good looking, he had the voice. But the track I chose off of this album, there's 3 albums by D-Train, get them all. And on every album, they play like a standard, like a jazz standard, like something that all musicians know, and all
like the Walk On By.
Yeah, like Walk On By Burt Bacharach, and that was kind of their way of saying to the world, we know what we're doing. We know how to play music.
Right.
And so when you hear something like this, which is a standard called "The Shadow of Your Smile," which was like the theme to some movie in the '60s.
Yeah.
Every jazz musician, every musician has this in their repertoire because it's a beautiful melody that you can play around with.
I didn't realize they did that in this 1983 album. I know that the Walk On By is a classic on the 1982. It's a cover. I didn't know it was the same thing for this song.
Yeah, they do one on the 3rd album too. It's this one is incredible. I play this constantly. I think I might be on the wrong speed.
that Hubert Eaves touch is such a signature. And as Jon said on the South Soul, Hubert Eaves in 1983, around the same time, worked with Howard King and some other fellows from M2May to do the Strangers. Great album with that sing touch that you recognize immediately.
Yeah, it's nice to have this Tebow guy around to break it down for you.
Say what? Come on, say what now? Is it all right? Say what now? Come on, everybody say it with me. Come on, say it with me. Keep that on.
Scholar. Okay, I got one more. This one is a little more of a disco thing.
Ooh,
by
l.a.x.
by l.a.x. And this was pretty much just kind of a studio musician kind of group. This is off a LP called All My Love, I think, and the title track is a really good modern soul track. Most of what they did is kind of boring disco, but
I have the album, and I think there's one track that I remember back in the days.
But this one, I'm going to play the instrumental to Possessed.
Oh, okay.
This is a fully orchestrated disco boogie bomb that towards the end of it turns into a kind of a jazz funk number. It's a really killer piano.
Ooh. Possessed, l.a.x.
Possessed. l.a.x.
1981.
Cheap as can be. Do you have it?
I don't have it.
You can have it. I have a couple copies. It's a $1 record.
Oh, man. Wow, that's great. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I think it's your turn. Let's go to Los Angeles.
Let's do it. We were in New York City with Prelude. We're going to the West Coast with Solar. First song, one of my favorite record on Solar by Carrie Lucas with Show Me Where You're Coming From. Spectacular track. This is a song that's produced by, of course, Leon Silvers III.
Yep,
and there's also the album from Carrie Lucas. Carrie also did a few other albums, I think, but this album is, for me, the best one. There's two songs that you really want to have. I Just Can't Do Without Your Love, and then Show Me Where You're Coming From. We're gonna play Show Me Where You're Coming From. Just a little anecdote, this album was produced by Dick Griffey, who was back in the days the founder of Solar, and Carrie was Dick's wife. So obviously this is why maybe this album came about, because they were close, and also because Carrie was talented, but that's a funny anecdote.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this.
My hands are shaking.
I don't need nobody to tell me
baby.
Sarah
Yeah,
Lucas, Still in Love album, and his song Show Me Where You're Coming From, 1982.
1982. And did you know that Leon Silvers was a mentor to Dame Funk back in the early 90s?
I had no idea.
Yeah, they've been working together for a really long time, and they actually Leon actually contributed a track to his Invite the Light record with his son Leon Silvers the Fourth.
Wow.
But that's a different story for another day.
We need to have Dame Funk one day at this.
Yeah.
That would be an honor to have him.
That would
Maybe
be-
you can arrange that, John.
We'll make it happen. What you got next?
Next, maybe one of the albums that if I was sent on an island and someone would tell me, hey, you've got 3 records to take.
You were just on an island.
Yeah, I would take one of them. The other one would probably be Change, Miracles, or Glow of Love. But the second one would be Dynasty, The Second Adventure. This album is ridiculous. Love in the Fast Lane, Here I Am, Give Your Love to Me. We're gonna talk about Here I Am. This is awesome. Obviously, Leon Silvers again here at his best.
What track?
Here I Am, first song. There we go.
I've got a heart full of love, but nobody to call my own. If I could call you my woman, I promise you I'll never leave you alone. Give me, baby.
You speak the words so sweet, mean so much to me that you know how to treat a woman. But the man for me must love me totally and understand I'm a woman. Can you give me that kind of love?
Heard you calling, well, baby, here I am. Telling you my heart is in your hand. Calling, well, baby, here I am. And I'll make a lasting calling.
Baby, here I am.
Jesus, look at these guys. Like, I want
The sound of Los
the
Angeles.
sound of Los Angeles. And so, funny anecdote. Here I am. I don't know if you know, John. Back in the days, obviously, Solar was running Shalamar and then Midnight Star also. And sometimes the artists would share the same musicians. Sometimes they would have a song. Just like with BB and Cuban and Change, an album would take one song and then they would change them across the artists and the bands. Here I Am was also performed by Midnight Star.
Oh, wow.
And they basically did the exact, if you listen to Here I Am by Midnight Star, and you can find it on the CD version of the 1981 album or 1980 album of Midnight Star, the
okay.
one with the forest where
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, with the costumes. The CD version of that has Here I Am, and they cut it from the LP, and they decided to have Dynasty perform it. If you listen on YouTube, the Here I Am by Midnight Star, it is pretty much identical in terms of musician, but the sound, the voice is different, and some people prefer the Midnight Star way of singing Here I Am.
I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, so go and check it out. Here I Am by Midnight Star, awesome version.
I've got a heart full of love, but nobody to call my own. If I could call you my woman, I promise you I'll never leave you alone. Give me, baby.
You speak the words so sweet, it means so much to me that you know how to treat a woman. But the man for me must love me totally and understand I'm a woman. Can you give me that kind of love?
Heard you calling, well, baby, here I am. Telling you my heart is in your hand. I'm falling, so baby, here I am.
Okay.
Whispers.
Okay, come on. Whispers. John and I were talking about this. It breaks our heart when people are buying like $200 records and they don't have this album, right? Or like these are the things. These are like maybe a $2 album. I don't know about you guys, but when I see an album like this in a store and it's like sealed and great, even if I have 3 copies,
Oh, sure.
I'll just buy another one because I'm like, I'll give it to someone who doesn't have it, just like Jon did with the Prelude single, because this is just pure joy that you want everyone to have. The song that we're going to talk about here is Emergency, and what I love about these guys is that every time Whispers were releasing an album, there was a side for romancing and a side for dancing. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah,
Literally
that
for
was a
romancing and for dancing. I have to admit, as a boogie guy, like I'm never gonna play the for romancing. Maybe one night with a glass of champagne, I will. But most of the time, I go directly to for dancing. Emergency. There's also Turn Me Out, In the Raw. I mean, we could just play this and make a full episode out of it. But it's fun. Okay, and so we've got some bonus tracks.
Oh yeah.
As you know, this is a little surprise. We have an extra special track surprise. I'm going to start in continuation of Solar. 1987 from Whispers. That was towards the end, but this is when these guys worked with Babyface. And the song that I'm going to spin is Rocksteady.
Yeah, this was on the radio all day, every day when my senior year of high school. I think it actually might have been our high school graduation song. Look at it on there.
I looked at you, you stole my heart. You were all that I anticipated. I wanted you, every part, but I knew love would be complicated. I began to touch, but you wouldn't let it. It never seemed to be the right time. I started to give up, down to the limit. And then you changed your mind, oh, and we began to rock. Steady, steady rocking all night long. And we began to rock. Steady, rocking till the break of dawn. Rock, steady, steady rocking all night long.
Rocksteady, baby.
Rocksteady, baby. Okay, Jon, what do you got? What's your special treat of
I
the
got
day?
a really exciting one that I found in the dollar bin recently. You know, when you're digging around in record stores and you see a bunch of unplayed major label promos, you always hope to find something like this. This is on the Portrait label. It's on this. It says OVS. It's Oates Van Shake. I'm not sure about the pronunciation, which we all know
Dutch
is
band,
the Dutch band The Limit.
Yeah.
For a long time, I thought it was one person, Oates Van Shake, but it's Oates and Van
Right,
Shake.
right. It's two
Anyway,
dudes.
this is the flip side to a very common and mediocre song, Crimes of Passion, but it's very rare to find the copy with the love lights on it.
Yeah.
This is also kind of a later 80s.
Yeah,
Funk bomb.
when Jon found this seven, he just sent me a little text just to make me feel bad.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Dude, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, so keep your eyes peeled. This one is not very easy to find.
Streetlights wander through the night until the daylight shines away the hurt of one more night without you, baby. What can I do?
The Limits. These guys were probably the funkiest white dudes in the 80s.
Definitely the funkiest non-American white guys.
Yeah, that's that.
Well, that was fun.
That was awesome. Thanks, John.
Yeah.
We, as usual, love doing these episodes because we know that you enjoy them.
Yeah. Thanks for all the comments. They're
Thanks
really
for all
cool.
the comments. John and I read every comment, and it makes us super, super happy. And that every single one of you just love the vibe and the spirit of this, sharing the good music, the boogie music that we love. Give some likes, it's helping give us some traffic so people can discover the episodes. Share with your friends, families, and we hope to see you soon for another episode.
All right.
Some girls do